Now, the very first thing we're going to talk about is the chair that you sit in. Now, as you can see, I'm looking at the screen, and you can just assume that where I'm looking at right now is the television screen. You'll notice that I'm sitting down, and my feet are touching the ground, and I am level to the screen that I'm looking at now. Now, what you want to remember that you want to have a nice chair here, like I have this nice chair behind me. It's about 17 inches off the ground. My eyes are level into the middle of the television. So if you drew an X from this corner and then to this corner, let's see here. Whoops. Sorry. All right, from this corner and then from this corner, and in the middle, right here, your eyes want to be level. I would say like I'm just assuming this is where it's at, but you get the point of what I'm trying to make here. Is that in Call of Duty, the reticle is in the middle of the screen. You know, so what you want to do is you want to have your eyes level to the reticle. Now, how you can judge this is really simple. It's really simple to test out what is the best chair for you, or you can go to like Walmart or any place and get an Ottoman, get you a nice comfortable chair to sit in upright. When you have pillows behind you, so that way if you play a long time you don't hurt your back. And you move around, you don't want your legs to cramp up, and you just put your arms like this when you get ready to play, and your arms are resting here, and it keeps your controller stable. And we'll get into the controller, but we have to talk about our posture first while we're playing this game. You want to have your arms here. You want to have your focus ready when you're playing. Your eyes are level to the center of the television or monitor that you're using into the middle of the screen. And I'll explain those points later on in advanced techniques as we go along. That's the most important thing. I think that a lot of people, if you're very interested in getting, even scores or above average scores, that is the number one most important thing to know, is that you have to have a posture, where the parallel is not changing. So if you're looking at the screen, it's not going up, it's not going down, it's not going side to side. You're focused in at one point at the whole time of the match. So in order to check to see if you're centered to the TV and you want to know if you have the right chair, the simple solution to do this is to go in and go to a private match. And what you'll do is, let's go ahead and show that as an example. All right, let's get started. So you can see in front of me the television, and this is basically right where my eyes are at right now. So you'll notice that from all Call of Duty games, from left to right and from right to left, if you put an X in your TV, no matter where it's at, the center is right there. You can put two strings, and that is the center of your aiming reticle in Call of Duty. This is the difference between games like this and Halo. That's why you have head glitching. I'll cover that in advanced techniques down the road. So the very first thing that you'll want to understand is that when you are aiming, and you might need to have a handicap, and I'll cover this later on down the road, but you'll notice I have a piece of tape on the TV with a black dot. And what that does for me is a handicap, which is another elimination that I'll explain to you later down the road that you don't have to waste a perk on, and it's an advantage for you. But it also gives you a reference point from where your eyes are looking, and this is important because this is what we're talking about right now, is that you want to make sure that once you create the reference point, you put the spot in the middle, then you know from where you're sitting to the middle of the TV that your eyes are looking almost as the same level or a little bit higher looking down. You don't want to have it looking up, because then your neck will start hurting and then you'll lose your focus into the game that you're playing. So that right there is the very first step that you must correct once you get your chair, and then you align yourself to the TV. Now you want to know the distance between yourself and the television. Well, let's talk about the very next thing that we're going to make a purchase on, or what we're going to use. Now you can see here I'm using a 52-inch television, 60 megahertz at between 2 milliseconds and 4 milliseconds response time. Now, when you purchase a TV, that's going to be the next thing that you do in the order from your chair, from the game to the chair to the television. After you get it set up, you can go in two directions. One, you can take a monitor. A monitor is about 20 inches to 30, 40 inches, depending, a computer monitor. And a lot of people use that because of the millisecond response time, and I'll explain that. The millisecond response time is based on, okay, how fast, when you move the controller, the reaction between you and the game online. So you could see when I go right, it's not instantaneous. So you have like about a 2 to 6 millisecond delay. And what happens is when people pick monitors, you're maybe talking about a very minimal of 1 millisecond. So that could be the difference between you winning and losing, and that's why a lot of professionals use a monitor. But